earning in hip hop. Let's talk about earning respect in hip hop.
Okay.
Or losing respect in hip hop. I don't know. We'll have to see.
Yeah, man, because this is looking like some sucker shit out here.
Man, again, we got to eliminate the sucker shit in hip hop, ladies and gentlemen. Troy Ave. Now, let me tell my own timeline of Troy Ave before I get into the current events.
What you got?
So, like, I heard about Troy Ave like maybe 6 or 7 years ago now.
Okay.
Now, and I know this video interview, I don't think it exists anymore or it's been edited. But Charlamagne on the Breakfast Club threw out there when they were doing like their Rising Star segment of interviews, said, "Yo, you're Jay-Z's nephew, right?" And Envy was like, "Yeah, but he doesn't want to talk about that." He was like, "Oh, why would you want to let people know that Jay-Z's your nephew? I mean, that you're Jay-Z's nephew." He's like, "I'd be using that to get myself in the game."
I remember that a little bit. Okay.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So, and then and the first thing I did when I listened to that and I watched that is I went to the For the Fam video. If you noticed, Jay-Z's nephews, all 4 of them, are in that video.
Facts.
Now, I haven't watched it in a while, but I think that shorter, dark-skinned one is Troy Ave. It might be. Please feel free to fact check that.
Okay.
But I really think Troy Ave is in the For the Fam video. And remember, he had a brother that died.
Yeah.
Jay-Z had a nephew that died in 2006.
Yeah.
I don't know when Troy Ave's brother died. I don't know. But what I'm saying is, like, when you take in enough hip hop content, puzzle pieces start fitting together.
I'm gonna just say this real quick. I'm gonna let you finish it.
Okay.
If Troy Ave is Jay-Z's nephew, that's another L in Jay-Z's column. And Jay is the greatest rapper of all time, but that's an L. Just being related to this dude, it's an L.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm saying all of that to be like, look, this ain't a hot take on Troy Ave for me. Like, I'm just telling you what I know. So after seeing all of that, and I was like, man, Jay-Z nephew trash. Like, this nigga can't rap.
Okay.
Like,
damn.
Right, you know what I'm saying? I was like, he need to get with Guru. He need to get a Just Blaze beat because this shit is horrible. I was like, how is this nigga next? Then I want to say Bricks in My Backpack 3 came out.
Okay.
And he turned the corner tremendously for me.
Okay, yeah.
And I liked, and I was like, that, I think, White Christmas, and then he has a song with Smoke DZA, Bad Bitches Love Real Niggas, which is a phenomenal song. Smoke DZA's verse is so hard. Like, he tells the truth on that song. I don't even want to mess up the bars, but look up Bad Bitches Love Real Niggas. Smoke DZA gets so busy on that. Oh my God, it's phenomenal. So, and then of course, then he was doing the Harry Powder, powder. Like, I was like, okay, I'm not with the. I don't deal drugs, but the shit was clever.
Right.
Then he had the Cocamania shirts, and he was spelling the Hulk Hogan font. That's honestly where I thought, I was like, yo, I'm gonna do Quotamania. This nigga doing Cocamania. I ain't selling drugs. I'm just promoting myself.
Right.
I was like, but that was dope. Like, he was like, I'm Coke Hogan. I was like, all right.
Clever.
Right, you know what I'm saying? Right. I was like, okay, it seems like he finally gets it. And then the music started translating, makes friends with T.I., blah, 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 blah. And then it seemed like, for me, that Troy Ave was doing a little too much to prove that he's a real nigga in these streets.
Yeah.
And he had an issue with Combat Jack over this.
Yeah.
Rest in peace, Combat Jack.
R.I.P.
And I was like, and Combat Jack was from Old Brooklyn. From Troy Ave. You don't know this kid for getting busy in the street like that.
Right.
Taxstone.
Yes.
Out of jail from Brooklyn. Knows the little niggas from Troy Ave. He was like, no, I heard of Bobby Shmurda and GS9. I heard of these other little shorties that's out here wilding. I don't know Troy Ave.
Never heard of you.
For getting busy like that in these streets. Which, small disclaimer, that's fine. That's okay.
Dependent.
Well, I'll say it like this.
Okay.
I don't care if you've never got your hands dirty in the street.
Okay.
If you're rapping like it, I say it for this reason. That's like me getting mad at Denzel Washington because he really wouldn't the detective in Training Day. Like,
okay.
That's like me being mad at Wesley Snipes because he really ain't Nino Brown.
But you know what? For me, it depends on how you selling it.
Okay.
If you selling it to me like you lived it, I would prefer that, like, okay, like you ain't gotta be the super killer because I don't like
right.
If you kill somebody, you need to go to jail.
Right, right.
But if you telling me like you move weight and push packs and all that, like I get it, I understand, not the best thing in the world, but I would prefer that you lived it. If you selling it like I seen it, like when I wasn't really, and that's cool too. Like everybody ain't gotta be Nino Brown, everybody ain't gotta be Scarface. At the same time, you can't be selling me like you was the man out here, Rick Ross. When you really wasn't touching nothing. You know what I'm saying?
No, I feel you. And this is the thing where I think this is where the streets and the arts can combine.
Okay.
You real drug dealers out there that are looking to clean money up or maybe just get into other business ventures. Fund your local talented MC.
Bing, bing, bing.
And give him your game and make him rap your raps. To me, I'm perfectly fine with that.
Okay.
Niggas been Scarface for 20 years. And Scarface been dead, and he's not even a real character.
That is a fact.
Like, that is a screenplay.
And nobody wanted to be Sosa. Everybody wanted to be Tony for some strange reason.
Yeah. And I was like, dude, Scarface never happened. Like, on American soil, Cuban soil, Toronto, Africa, like China, it never happened.
It's not real.
But niggas is rapping like they are Scarface. So why couldn't a freeway Ricky Ross, not the William Roberts, but Rick Ross,
the real Rick Ross?
Why couldn't he just fund a YG, and like, you know what I'm saying, and that could have been his game in, or how come Hoover. Or like, you know, any of the real gangsters, like, you know, y'all know the names, the Barksdale family, Hoover, all of them. How come they can't just be like, yo, my little nephew, my son, my son's friends, whoever, these kids really got talent. I'm going to give them my story to tell to the people, and that be okay.
You know what? I think it's because of how rap has been built on this is your story. Like, that's why like ghostwriters get looked at real funny in hip hop, because all these bars are supposed to be your story.
Right.
Or at least something you were at least close to. You know what I'm saying? Like Nas, Project Window type. Like, I witnessed this.
Right.
Versus like you from the suburbs and you rapping about the hood. You know what I'm saying?
I dig
it. Like, I get it and it's cool, but it's even more entertaining, I guess, or that's the code that we've developed, that this has to be your story or like your homie story at the very least.
Well, see, dig it. I'm glad you said this is what hip-hop was built on. I love that statement.
Okay.
Because now I got to prove everybody wrong.
Okay.
The first hit rap record was what?
Was it Sugar Hill Gang?
Rapper's Delight.
Rapper's Delight, thank you.
All right. So, now I'm not going to say that his friend's mother's chicken didn't taste like wood. I'm not going to say that.
Right.
Because it could have been. But, I mean, what if it wasn't? What if he had a great meal?
Yeah, it was just entertaining.
But he just wanted to clown it. You know what I mean?
Facts.
Like, you know, when the Run DMC said they were the king of rock, there was no higher.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? You know, why? But did we scrutinize that? Like, you ain't playing no guitar.
Okay.
One of my favorite bars, because of my uncle, shout out to my Uncle Butch, DMC. Now, I've walked on ice and never fell. I've spent my time in the plush hotel. If we see DMC fall.
Does it take away?
Yeah. Nigga, I thought you, what? You fell on some fucking ice, my G.
Okay, now, I get it. And I just to go back to the Ice Cube conversation we was having, When I found out like Ice Cube was kind of like a community college student studying architecture, like it didn't lessen his impact, but it was like, oh man, really?
Exactly.
But there's certain rappers though. If I found out like they was soft, for lack of a better word,
right.
like Scarface is in my top 5.
Okay.
And from what I've heard and read about Scarface and everything, he's official. Mm-hmm. If I found out like tomorrow that Scarface was really soft out here, I would be crushed.
Yeah, I mean, and don't get me wrong, I get what it is, but we only hold the street rappers quotations with this aspect of, oh no, you really had to do that. You can't be rapping like that to be doing that. And it's like, do they though? I mean, because like, and I say it for this reason, and I was going into Ice Cube. Mm-hmm. I was like, if Ice Cube wasn't a smart and educated person, like, and able to use words,
yeah, definitely,
we don't get an NWA album.
True.
We don't get an Eazy-E album.
True.
We don't then get his solo career, like, and again, because we talked about just because your zip code is what it is, that don't mean you hot. Mm-hmm. He's probably seen a lot of real shit go down.
Yeah.
However, Ice Cube wrote about it in a first person. He literally used, I'd say, his environment like New Line Cinema. Mm-hmm. So I got this character, and this is who it is.
Okay.
And they're going to do this, and they're going to do that. You know what I'm saying? And who's to say the rap's not real because he per se didn't do it? I think everybody has this misconception that I need my rappers to commit crimes before I fuck with it.
Right.
But it's like, look what that did to Gucci Mane.
That is very true.
You know what I'm saying?
That is very true.
Like, look what that almost did to Snoop.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like, we literally almost only got one Snoop album.
Ooh, yeah.
Like, if him and his bodyguard get found guilty of just like cold-blooded murder, there is no Dogfather. There's no Murders with K soundtrack. There's none of that.
Ooh.
So it's like, how real are we expecting these niggas to be when they got jobs? Rapper is a job.
You know what? That is a true statement. That is very true. Because at the end of the day, when they do mess up, like the situation with Troy Ave and Tax and whatnot, we call them stupid.
Yeah.
Like when Gucci was going to jail every couple months, we was calling him a dumbass.
Yeah.
Like we just keep it a buck.
Yep.
So at the same time, like I think we like our gangsters very smart.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like you want to lead, you want to be the boss where you're smart enough to escape your environment, I guess you could say.
Right.
And then tell your tales from like with your feet kicked up. I made it type shit.
Right, exactly. But the gangster lifespan is so short.
Very much so.
So you can't really be out in the street unless, and again, some of these guys, teenagers in their early 20s, and they have record deals and they're rapping about it. How much work do you think is getting put in between first grade to 12th grade?
Right, like
how much?
Like you've been rapping from 16 to 19. How much work did you put in before your mama told you to come in the house?
Right, you know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. Like, stop.